Hey guys, PolishTortoise here. Let's do it again, but this time... tere, kas teate, kust saab osta kabanuse vorsti?
Mida?
Yeah, that's right. Let's go to the Baltic States. Our journey will consist of 5, or if you count some famous border anomaly in Estonia, 6 countries. This time, I will be the one to travel a lot of kilometers, as the meetup will start in Estonia's capital city, Tallinn. But before that, I need to get there. Right, we're here, and it's time for the meetup to start. After 1 year, finally...
Bro, I can't believe he dressed up as a fucking politician. Hello!
But, before we begin the tourism...
You can give the tour to the viewers now.
We just got a King Kali. Autistic dog. One of the cooler magnets we have. It also functions as a bottle opener. And
Yo, holy bottle opener! We also have some very cool Romania merch. Okay, yeah, gypsy merch.
So now that we're all set up, let's go and see the city.
This is like an old Russian here, you can see, because this is the E that the Ukrainians still have. Russians don't really use this thing anymore.
It even kind of looks like Glagolitic script, I think. It's not like Glagolitic script, obviously, but it has kind of this resemblance, in my honest opinion.
This is what it feels like to be the best Baltic country.
While the first day was spent on traveling, setting up and day first walk in Tallinn, the plans for second day were much bigger. On this day, we wanted to do a secret surprise meetup for some of our Estonian friends. The plan? We split up and Esto goes to pick them up from the train station, while I wait at the Viru gates to appear from nowhere and speak like a madman. A madman with a familiar voice though.
What you guys may not realize is that I am currently inside your walls, and I mean literally. What is your live reaction?
Who are you? Say the line.
I am the Sigma Emperor, guys.
Oh my god!
So as you can hear, the surprise element worked perfectly.
Well, everyone meet PolishTortoise, PolishTortoise meet everyone.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Yes.
Shake your hands now.
I am Estoblock
Yes. Yes, I know.
Yes.
Kui koitse tahtis valka, tirallalla, siis põder võttis maahalga, tirallalla, siis Holmströmi tuulistas ja landes veeri puurustas, tirallalla, tirallalla. Meil on üks raske patarei, tirallalla, ja seda kartis August Rei, tirallalla. Ave sõitis ratsal lehmaga, siis Reimani hirmus plaagama, tirallalla, tirallalla.
And yes, guys, now we have to go all the way down this.
Yes. I am not a pagan, but I am a hyperborean. Uncivilized barbarian rural Estonians in the national habitat.
Türa mida sa filmid, raisk? Mida sa filmid?
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Näitas oma kergeid jalgu, viilistas ja koos.
Okay, guys, now I'm gonna touch the egg.
What? This is little Lukashenko.
A ja сейчас вам покажу, откуда она...
Estoblock is Chinese.
So yeah, truly, this was an amazing surprise meetup, but as you'll soon see, not the last one on my journey through the Baltics with Esto. For now though, it was time to take a bus to the train station and say a final goodbye to my new Estonian friends. With exception of Esto, with whom we're now gonna go to... And after just 2 hours of ferry travel, there it is, the land of sauna, Santa Claus and hidden snipers, Finland.
On täällä tallattu ja maata vallattu, on täällä koukittu ja teitä noukittu. On sota tuimaa, juno päätä huimaa. Pum pum pum, patteri paukkuu ja korohorot haukkuu juu.
After being slightly late for the military parade and getting my first ever Taco Bell, we don't have those in Poland, we continued to see the monumental in size train station, old church carved into the rock and Finnish parliament, called in their language Suomen eduskunta.
On täällä napsittu, on täällä tapsittu, laukaistu miinoja ja annos viinoja.
And after these attractions, we went to the Military Museum of Finland.
Ikävää, kun syö sitä vitamiinipilleriä, ottaa sen kotiloma tyssää, kun roiskitaan ryssää juu.
This museum was honestly damn great. Apart from normal exhibition, you could dress up as a Finnish soldier and get into the vehicles like a plane. I honestly recommend you to pay a visit if you're ever in Helsinki. But as the time to our return ferry was nearing, we had to start heading towards the main city. There we walked past the Helsinki Cathedral once again to finally catch a tram and depart from the ferry terminal, saying our last goodbye to Finland. Although definitely I will have to come back one day, as visiting Helsinki only encouraged me to see more of this beautiful country. So yeah, Finland, great. Especially after where we're gonna go now. On day 4, together with another Estonian friend nicknamed Filet, we're gonna go to the eastern part of Estonia. On the way, we make a quick stop at Rakvere, where we see a castle from 13th century. The castle itself was built by the Teutonic Order Knights. As a fun fact for my fellow Poles, I will add that it was occupied by us for about 3 years in the 17th century. But after this last stop at civilization, we make our way towards Narva, the third biggest city in Estonia. With 87% of Russian population, it is a controversial place on the map. Many of these Russian speakers were imported here during the Soviet occupation of Estonia. At the same time, the native Estonian population was being deported to other places, very often also to the gulags. For comparison, before the World War II, the city had an Estonian majority population of 65%. After heavy damage dealt during the Soviet bombardment in 1944, the city was ripped of its beauty. As of now, it mostly consists of commie blocks that surround what's left of Narva's historic buildings. After exploring the Victoria Bastion undergrounds, aka Narva backrooms, our time to return train was running out. This was an interesting experience, especially because of the contrasts that you could see at the border. The Estonian side had a new, well-made pavement, while the Russian side, despite having received EU financing, was practically empty. Thank God though, the next day will be spent in much better mood, as we'll be going to...
Hey guys, just another day chilling in Pärnu city.
Huh? I'm back with this noob.
Well, I'm back with this noob. He has a phone and I have a camera.
This is how I check the group chat. Hello, I am under the water. Bro, the sea is black with the night.
After trying to fly my drone and finding out its camera is in a state of we now move to the second biggest city in this country, Tartu. So day 6 was a last full day in Estonia, and this time we saw a more rural and thus also depopulated side of this country.
Ja kui koidikul kaela ümber võtsid sa mind, paar ületas kõrgeima mäe.
I will now take a piss.
Ja kui koidikul kaela ümber võtsid sa mind, paar ületas kõrgeima mäe. Kurt palun mul.
After exploring the partially occupied by Russia Setomaa region, we drove through the mentioned at the intro exterritorial road, thus officially paying a visit to Zealand.
Ja kui olen kord idast mas ja ruski, sa oled nii kaugel ja kättesaamatu, kui see toidutähtsel varahommikul, kui see pala.
This day was especially enjoyable because of its chill character. I generally love exploring depopulated places where nature rules instead of humans. I mean, just take a listen. That's right, that is the true sound of nature. Just quiet, no traffic, no cars, no police sirens, and no internet. Before we cross into another country on our list, Latvia, we'll make one last stop at a civilized place, the divided in half city of Valga.
Mis sa teed sinna? Piir on seal! You in the border zone, get the fuck out!
Huh? Where did I wake up? Is that a train to... No!
Meie punkturs päispäis mit kurvetsi teevojan, kod grannad tutti hiisvidatud sõugi paljukan. Nooskans prodinski, noosa päispäis valms, kur hangrot punkturs tuone jätti pallik saurus valms. Nooskans prodinski, noosa päispäis valms, kur hangrot punkturs tuone jätti pallik saurus valms.
Riga, Latvia's biggest city and capital, home to 605,000 inhabitants. It is the second biggest city in the Baltics, dethroned by Vilnius in 2025. Riga has a very rich history, with its entire old town being listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
No way, bro, it's emoting.
Also, give me this camera. We got flag. Also, we have flag. Furthermore, we have 1 flag, 2 flags, 3 flags. So this is from the Helsinki Revolution, and in particular in the early months of 1991,
the Soviet military basically stormed Riga and tried to like take over the TV tower and stuff. So people basically, you can see there also an example, built like walls out of mud and shit. They would use anything but to let the Soviets, you know, take the TV station. And there were a few casualties, but it was one of the major events of the Single Revolution in Latvia, and it did result in their victory and Latvia's restoration of independence.
Mēs sūlam zemē dzimtajai, jūs Ingrid turiet cīt, liec apšņalasei pārējai par viņu kaujīgi.
At the second day of Latvia, when we were already tweaking out because of staying here for more than 24 hours, we traveled to the southern part of this country to eventually escape to Lithuania. But before we entered third Baltic country on our list, we made a stop at Rundale Palace.
Even 400 years ago they had AC. No, I made a joke. I made it. You said what AC. I said what AC. There is no AC because so you can joke anyways. Yes, and who gets this joke now? I stole a joke.
Dear Lord, colleague, Baron, or whichever other pronouns you would like to go by.
This is indeed quite a regular place with a high-ranking royal noble like such as me, such as I, Sir Cornelius Buckingham Ball.
The palace was constructed as a summer residence for the Duke of Curland in the 18th century. For that reason, it is located in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, so good luck actually getting here with public transport. Speaking of transport, we had to use these old-ass Latvian buses to get here. I remind you, I still had my suitcase with me, but despite that, the bus driver didn't allow us to put it into the luggage container for some reason, so we ended up traveling like this. After speedrunning the sightseeing of Jelgava, we now move to the final Baltic country on our journey, Lithuania. There, in the first city where we'll sleep, Šiauliai, we do a quick city tour and try to find a way to get to Lithuania's famous Hill of Crosses. With no public transport and us lacking a car at that time, we give up as taking a taxi at an already late hour wasn't the best idea due to the possibility of no return option. Kaunas, located in the central part of Lithuania, is the second largest city of this country. Due to Poland's ownership of Vilnius after 1920, Kaunas was a temporary capital of Lithuania during the interwar period, with Lithuanian constitution even mentioning Vilnius as de jure capital, but Kaunas remaining de facto capital until the Soviet occupation of 1940. But enough of history, time for some surprise, the last one during this trip. Just as in Tallinn and Riga, we stage a surprise meetup with another local. Meet Northern.
Hello? Hey, hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, about you?
I'm doing quite well as well. So, would you like to know what the surprise is?
What is it?
So, you know, like a mutual friend of ours, you might know him quite well. You might even know his name. Just take a wild guess.
Is it sour?
I mean, you're close.
Lubar?
You're close again.
No, there is only so much that I can store. How long have you been
Wait, is that you?
Hello guys. Hey guys, it's PolishTortoise here. Yes. Hello. Hello.
Feels like.
Hi chaps. We're touring around the Baltics.
But before we started touring around the city, we naturally went to eat the most local food. That is kebab.
This is a kebab. No!
And after enjoying this delicious Baltic Polish-German special, we continued to finally do some sightseeing of Kaunas.
So here we have it, the legendary
And after doing more than 20,000 steps, we finally take a rest. This time, for real, we try local products by doing a fast test comparison.
We're gonna get some little turquoise, you know, just having a little drink over here.
Even though the day was ending, that is not the last time you're seeing Northern on this vlog, because in the morning we will be going to Vilnius, a capital city of Lithuania and the most populous city of the Baltic States. Having both Polish and Lithuanian heritage, it is a place enriched in history and culture. First thing we do upon arriving is we visit the Polish graveyard, where the heart of Piłsudski, a Polish interwar leader, was buried at his own request. The body itself though lays below the Wawel Castle in Kraków. After that, we continue the trip through the city's old town part, which is since the 90s officially a UNESCO World Heritage Site. After making another couple of thousands of steps, we hiked. Yeah, I mean, technically we did hike in Baltics onto the top of the famous Hill of Three Crosses. From there, we could observe the view on the entire city. Either that or the Gediminas Tower are a must-have while seeing Vilnius to see its majestic panorama. We unfortunately though did not have a time to visit the tower, as the time for our return train to Kaunas was running out. Before we hopped onto the train though, we managed to quickly see the micronation of Užupis, located in one of the districts of Vilnius. To summarize our quick stay in Vilnius, the very same opinion has to be repeated again on this vlog. This is a beautiful city and you must check it out one day for yourself, as it is one of the main attractions of the Baltic States.
1 sierpnia, dzień krwawy, powstał naród Warszawy, by uwolnić stolicę.
On the day 11th of our meetup, we went through an 8 hours long train journey to Warsaw. That is why most of the sightseeing was actually done on the last 12th day of our meetup. In fact, the only thing we managed to see that day was the iconic Palace of Culture. Built during the communist rule, it was an answer of Soviet Union after it forced Poland to reject the rotten American Marshall Plan. While its existence is now liked, or at least tolerated, as an architectural treasure by almost everyone in the country, it remains a symbol of lost chance and a Russian rule over Poland.
Trzeba obejść przez getto, bo już wolę zdobyto, a za nami czerwieni się noc. Stare miasto już płonie, a nam dleją już dłonie. Trzeba walczyć dzień i całą noc. Zmienić noc nie ma komu, iść nie można do domu, chociaż z domu tylko gruzy są.
As you could just see, we started our day at the Warsaw Rising Museum. In 1944, when Soviet forces were getting close to Polish capital, a Polish underground state's leadership decided to stage a last, desperate fight to have any cards on the negotiating table at future conferences. Critics debate the reasonability of the uprising. Many of them say that it was initiated either too late, pointing out how Operation Burza was the only reasonable chance, or too soon, pointing out how Soviet forces weren't even that close to Warsaw yet. Either way, in every corner of Warsaw you can now see the dedication to the freedom fighters that, despite all odds, stood their ground against the both occupants, Germany and Soviet Union. And yeah, after symbolically witnessing the last event of this meetup, changing of the guard, the 12 days of traveling together were coming to an end. In these final moments, it was hard to believe that it's already over. To meet up with your international friends from the internet, to turn game nights and Discord VCs into real-life meetups. Unforgettable journey. But after all these kilometers that we traveled through, after all the memories we gained, we finally had to part our ways. Here on Warszawa Zachodnia we said our last goodbye as I hopped onto the train to Piła and Esto went to catch a Flixbus ride to Tallinn. But was this the last time you're seeing us both meet up? Make your own guess. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching until the very end. And if you're such a real pro for lasting that long, why not to leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels for future rare but quality uploads. Speaking of quality, why also not to purchase my merch? Yes, Contrible's merch. Link in the description. Oh, and by the way, check out Estoniaball's vlog channel. He made his own separate upload from this meetup too. And lastly, thank you all to my past and present supporters. I am PolishTortoise, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye bye!